We really can change the world if we care enough. 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 If we care enough.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
So I was just on a call with a couple, and it became really apparent that the wife was really struggling as her husband was coming clean on some of his insecurities, some of his struggles, some of his shadows, which I always encourage couples to really fully claim for themselves and ideally start to really love and accept in themselves and then each other. But what was so apparent, and what I wanted to really bring to your attention, is what happens when we over-idealize our partners. And that's something that we're trained to do, in early life, because we were encouraged to see our parents as heroes, or in order to feel safe, we needed to put people up on a pedestal. And it somehow makes us feel safer, better, more lovable to have the people who care for us idealized. And also sometimes we do that because we think that makes them love us more or want us more if we idealize them. The problem with putting your partner on a pedestal is that nobody can sustain holding a place on a pedestal and still be real and still be authentic and still be in flow with you and still be vulnerable with you, or even be vulnerable with you at all. If they are on a pedestal, they're not real, they're idealized. And that leaves no space for whole, full integration, acceptance, and wholehearted love.
Ladies and gentlemen, your friend, your brother, Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, has returned from a nice weekend getaway, chill, vibing. Man, I'm back in the building with another topic. You already know what it is. You know how I get down. And as the clip just broke down, over idealization or pedestalization, putting your partner on a pedestal. Yeesh, that's tonight's topic. Whips, works in progress, don't belong on relationship pedestals. A deeper look into the nuances of true love and devotion versus idol worship and hidden altars. Who puts their partner on a pedestal nowadays? And should you ever 1-800-920-1580. Why you should not put your partner on a pedestal in relationship. Do you have, and I don't care if they're a great partner. I don't care if they love you like no one else has ever loved you. They treat you better than no one else has ever treated you. They're there for you. They support you. Should you put them on a pedestal? And what are the adverse effects of doing so? Do you suddenly find yourself becoming the object of someone's unwanted attention? Alternatively, are you someone who uses pedestalization as a substitute for authentic love? I'm smelling some narcissism. I'm smelling it just a little bit. Why do so many people put their partner on a pedestal in the beginning of a relationship, only to mistreat them later? Is that the idealization phase? I don't know. I want to know if you've done it, if it's been done to you, how it made you feel. But please call in and be as transparent as you possibly can. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. How does your definition/vision of what it means to be loved contrast with the reality of how you've been loved by others in your relationships? You might think you deserve, remember we live in the I deserve culture. You might think you deserve everything. But if you're not loving on yourself, if you're not facing your own demons, if you're not taming the beast within, do you deserve to be put on a pedestal? I would say you deserve to be loved, but you can only be loved to the degree in which you love yourself. Yeesh. Why do people in relationships with narcissists often put the narcissist on a pedestal? What are 3 things that drive or influence your capacity and or ability to love authentically? Does being placed on someone's pedestal beckon an inevitable fall from their good graces? If so, is it possible to return to your previous height? You know when somebody puts you on a pedestal, you're inevitably going to fall off, right? I don't want to be idealized. This goes back to my concept of dating a human being. Let me go even deeper. You know you can work any relationship issue out, right? To me, other than, I would say, drug addiction, child abuse, child molestation, right? You can work everything out. Domestic violence, even a lower level of domestic violence, which they classify as CCV or IPV. CCV, common couple violence, and IPV, intimate partner violence. These are 2 forms of domestic violence that can be treated with therapy. So you know you can work it out with anybody, right? And I still lean to the side that says, why would you work it out with somebody that's putting their hands on you, right? But you still can work it out, i.e. Ray Rice and his wife. There are countless other examples, right? Moderate violence. We pushed each other. But you have to understand, domestic violence, even though tonight's topic isn't about that, even the common versions of domestic violence, CCV and IPV, can still kill. You and your significant other can get into a shoving match, and one of you might trip, fall, and hit your head on the edge of the table and kill yourself. Or not kill yourself, be killed. So let's not take domestic violence lightly here. But what I'm saying is, if we're all in a relationship with a work in progress, you can work out any difficulties. Infidelity, you can work that out. Financial infidelity, you can work that out. Lying, you can work that out. Anything can be worked out. You are, after all, dealing with a work in progress. So nobody deserves to be put on a pedestal if they are in the midst of working on themselves. Now, I do believe you leave a relationship when you're dealing with a person who refuses to work on themselves, who refuses to acknowledge that they have any work to do. Can you work it out with a narcissist? Tough question. Tough question. Can you? Are they malignant? Yeah, there's something called a malignant narcissist. Are they psychopathic? Are they sociopathic? Ooh, lot to dig into. But I say, narcissism on a spectrum, on the lower end of the spectrum, as long as they become self-aware, you might be able to work it out. Maybe. Strong maybe. But again, no one deserves to be put on a pedestal. What are the 3 things that drive or influence your capacity and or ability to love authentically? Does being placed on someone's pedestal beckon an inevitable fall from their good graces? If so, is it possible to return to your previous height? What's the unconscious reason behind why people put their significant other on a pedestal? How does pedestalization function as a tool of avoidance, codependency, and or FIGO, fear and ego? How is your attachment style and or primary love language shaped by the phenomenon of pedestalization? In what ways does pedestalization in relationships hinder genuine emotional connection and intimacy? I've got questions. I want to hear the answers from you. I want to know what you think. If you don't know what pedestalization is, what we're calling it, I don't even know if that's a word. Let's just say idealization in relationship is, right? Let's get to it. In addition to feeling that a partner has unwanted expectations, perceived over-idealization might undermine feelings that the partner recognizes and values one's true self. For example, one might fear the partner will inevitably discover that one cannot live up to the overly idealized images of the self. You guys remember the show I did a couple of weeks ago when I said you destroy the image, you destroy the person. We talked about Bruce Lee, right? You destroy the image, you destroy the person. Listen, if you want to be in a relationship with a human being, you cannot be in a relationship with your image of who you think they are. When we come forward, the voice of reason shall keep the fire cracking.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
If you're looking for the most epic place on earth, let's start at the base of a massive waterfall. Then trek through the thick jungle. Then climb to the peak of a snowy mountaintop. Then once you get there, keep going. Because with intelligent 4x4 and 7 drive modes and a Nissan Pathfinder, the search is the real adventure.
Available feature. Intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
Psst. Hey, I have a secret. I use Secret Whole Body Deodorant because more than just my armpits stink.
Oh, can I use it where my bra rubs under my...
Oh, yeah.
And what about down there? You know, my...
Totally. 4 out of 5 gynecologists would recommend it. So I tried it, and now I get 72 hours of freshness from my pits to my...
Ooh, I love that it's a spray.
Me too. And it comes in sticks and creams too. Go get your Secret Whole Body Deodorant.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 climate justice campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit LAFLA.org. LAFLA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Take away the big shirts, the tattoos, the sweatpants and Vans. Okay, I don't wear no makeup, no purse in my hands. My resting face is mistaken for the mean girl. But what if I told you there's nothing I want more in this world than somebody who loves me naked? Someone who never asks for love but knows how to take it. Are you that somebody who sees a wall and breaks it? Are you ready to fight just to see what's lost behind my flaws? Can you love me naked? Yeah, 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 naked. Yeah, 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 naked. Oh, yeah, yeah. Might be up in the morning, so catch me at nighttime.
When we come from a place of insecurity, we start giving people credit they don't deserve yet. I just had the most amazing date with the most amazing person. Oh my God, they're incredible. Based on what? On what basis? What information could you have possibly got on one date that enables you to say this? You have been seduced by a kind of charm, a charisma maybe, the fact that you did something really fun on the date, the fact that they made you laugh a lot, the fact that they told stories about their past that made them relatable or sympathetic or seem really authentic. All of that is great. I'm not saying be inherently suspicious. I'm saying you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. So on what basis are you giving them all of this value already based on projection and based on insecurity, this immediate putting them on a pedestal and putting yourself down here? And when someone smells that, they don't see an equal anymore.
No one's gonna save you but you. The person in your life is simply there to reflect your spiritual homework back to you. What you don't like about them is typically connected to what you don't like about yourself or some type of internal limitation. I've said this before. The person in your life comes to you with a question and you have an answer that's been in you since you were a child. And many of us may not even know that we carry this answer with us. Many of us may not even know what the purpose of this answer is. This answer could have been a notion, a concept, an idea that seemed out of place, but it wouldn't go anywhere because it was always in us. And then we get into a relationship with the question, and now our internal answer has a soulmate. Uh-oh, no one's ever asked me that. This is the first time in my life I've been able to apply this notion, this concept, this answer to somebody. Do you understand what relationship is about? I'm listening all the time. Everybody's got something to say about relationships, and rightfully so. You're a human being. You're born into relationships. Relationships are ubiquitous. I understand. But we can only come from a groveling, begging, complete me position. No one can complete you. Why? Because you're complete to begin with. No one deserves to be put on a pedestal. If you want something healthy, we put each other on a pedestal. But we understand that the pedestal is not equivalent to a plateau. The pedestal is not a plateau. See, sometimes when we get put on a pedestal, we think, well, this is our throne and we're never giving it up. No. See, relationships are about self-knowledge, the acquisition of self-knowledge. Self-knowledge it never ends. It's endless. Krishnamurti said it himself. There's no end to knowledge. Knowledge has no end. And when he's saying knowledge, he's not talking about book reading. No disrespect to the book readers. I read a crap ton of books all the time. But he's talking about there is no end to psychological knowledge. The onion of your spirit keeps producing layers. And how those layers are reflected is through intimate relationships. The notion of placing a partner on a pedestal in a relationship is often heralded as a romantic gesture, a symbol of admiration and reverence. However, beneath the surface lies a complex interplay of psychological, emotional, and social influences that warrant a closer examination. Why should one resist the temptation to elevate their partner to an unreachable height? The answer lies in the inherent imbalance it creates within the relationship. When one is placed on a pedestal, they are stripped of their humanity, their flaws and vulnerabilities obscured by the veil of idolization or idealization. This artificial elevation sets the stage for disappointment as the pedestal becomes a precarious perch from which the fall is imminent. You can't make a mistake when your partner puts you on a pedestal. You can't make a mistake when your partner idealizes you. You can't. And when your partner does that, although this is not that type of show, but when your partner does that, you should see that as a red flag. You know what type of red flag? A narcissistic one, because that's a narcissistic trait. That's part of their cycle. They will idealize you. You're the best of the best, right? You're the best of the best. You're amazing. No one has ever treated me the way you treated me. I can't believe God blessed me with you. Oh my goodness. I've never had a lover better than you. I've never had a relationship better than I've never had a partner communicate with me like you. I've never had anybody support me the way you support me. Oh my God, you show up every single day. Hey, hold on. Who you talking about? Who in the hell are you talking about? Are you going to praise me when I can't show up? Are you going to be understanding when I can't show up? Are you going to be understanding when I fall from the perch you placed me on? When your significant other says something as erroneous as, I can't believe you, of all people, would do something like that. Clearly, you're not in a relationship with a human being, because human beings are inherently flawed. To err is human. To forgive is divine. See, so many people want to post goofiness all over social media. But what about the application of these high, lofty, haughty principles? If forgiveness is so important for yourself, for your relationships, for healing, isn't the opposite true? Forgiveness would have no place in the world if there wasn't any hurt. Forgiveness would be useless, wouldn't even have an identity, now would it? Oh my God, here we go. When we come forward, the voice of reason going to the phone lines. Let's get it.
Knows how to take it. Are you that somebody who sees a wall and breaks it? Are you ready to fight just to see what's lost behind my flaws? Can you love me naked? Yeah, 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 naked. Yeah, 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 naked.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Richmond, Virginia's mayor is expressing his distaste for the governor's budget. Mayor LeVar Stoney posted on X that Governor Youngkin's budget will cut public education to fund his tax cuts for the wealthiest in our Commonwealth. He adds Virginia Democrats have a budget that adds critical funding to our schools. Stoney, who is black, says it's time to focus on what really matters and stop playing partisan games. Vice President Kamala Harris is discussing marijuana reform with rapper Fat Joe and Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear. The roundtable held at the White House included people who have received pardons for marijuana-related convictions to discuss criminal justice reform. President Biden has proposed easing the treatment of marijuana under federal law and has pardoned thousands of convictions for possession of marijuana. The president said during his State of the Union address, no one should be jailed for using marijuana. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Getting connected has never been easier. Get free Wi-Fi at all LA County library locations, inside the library and outside in the parking lots. Visit your local library and get connected today.
Climate is king.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that caring for the community means caring about the climate. You might have heard that we announced a pretty bold 12-month, $2 million campaign to do 4 things. Increase climate literacy, turn up the volume on communities of color in the climate conversation, connect everyday people with the resources they need to survive and thrive, and highlight frontline climate justice crusaders of color throughout this year. KBLA Talk 1580 will be bringing you insightful interviews on all of our shows to help raise your climate IQ. Each quarter this year, we will also be hosting free climate events in various communities throughout the city with food, fun, and forward-thinking conversations. Thanks to partners like LADWP, Metro, Caltrans, the Sierra Club, the California Community Foundation, the California Endowment, AQMD, MWD, and more. You'll also be hearing more about a couple of national town halls broadcasting live from Los Angeles, to which you will be invited. And we'll be rolling out a robust social media campaign on all our platforms, as well as an outdoor media campaign, all designed to educate, enlighten, and empower you in our fight for climate justice.
We want cleaner air.
Caring about the community means caring about the climate. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that we really can change the world if we care enough.
Imagine with me here for a minute the most beautiful panoramic setting. Maybe it's an endless ocean, waves crashing on a beach, or a crystal clear mountain lake, peaceful and quiet. Or maybe it's just little kids playing in the park down the street. Wherever your imagination takes you, now imagine right smack in the middle of this perfect picture, a piece of litter. Just one piece right there in the middle of it all. Doesn't exactly fit, does it? In fact, even though it's just one piece, now it's all you can see. That one piece ruins everything. And that's the thing about litter. It doesn't take much to ruin everything. One thing's for sure, it simply does not belong anywhere in California. So here's the good news. If we work together, we will change it. We don't have to let litter, even just one piece, ruin your perfect picture. Not anymore, not ever again. Clean California, zero litter is the goal. Brought to you by Caltrans and CleanCA.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We rarely have confrontation, and if the I said really was bold, I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down from old. When I'm calling out her drama, she too defensive to listen, I'll call so. Looking at I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on the mention series. Dana was hogging up the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy, plus the time zone difference don't make it more easy. So I figured I'd call in early, turn my life down, mercy, I got through. You tuned in, voice So just lay back your mind so that everybody tuning in the zone. Cause he is
They say you're a damn fool if you put a woman on a pedestal. But is that right? Is that really going to be a problem? I think that people are breaking this down the wrong way, or they're looking at it the wrong way, and I'm going to explain to you why I say that. So keep watching this video. My name is Stefan Labossiere, aka Stefan Speaks, back with another relationship and dating advice video for men. All right, and we're going to be talking about this whole idea of putting women on a pedestal, whether you should or you should not do it. As always, before we begin, be sure to like the video, share this video, subscribe to this channel, hit that notification button, and comment below. Let's do a poll. Do you think it's okay to put women on a pedestal, or a woman on a pedestal? All right. So now let's get into this. Now let me first give this disclaimer. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've never watched anybody's video breaking down their angle on this whole issue. So in fairness, I might say some things that have already been addressed by some people. However, what I have seen in a lot of comment sections and a lot of videos, titles and things of that nature, is men saying you never put women on a pedestal. Now, let's start with why I get what they're saying, all right? The idea is by putting a woman on a pedestal and putting her above, you're essentially putting her above you. You're putting her in a position where you're going to lose respect as a man, all right? Because you're making it all about her. You are essentially, excuse my language, becoming her bitch. Let's just call it what it is, all right? And so now it's all about her and doing what she needs, all right? And whether you realize it or not, this what's the word I'm looking for? This over availability, this worshiping of this woman, this essentially becoming a yes man in a lot of situations makes you look weak. It does not look attractive on you. Now, yes, some women may entertain you, and some women will take full advantage while you're putting them completely on a pedestal. And so I believe this is why, again, not having watched any of these other people's videos, this is one of the big issues with it. And so a lot of men end up getting played, and this may have happened to you before. Because the unfortunate reality is that I think a lot of men have been sold the fantasy of when you really like this girl, you know, you show how much you love her, you do all these things, and it's gonna all work out for you because you're proving your love to her. And unfortunately, that's not what's happening for a lot of dudes. A lot of men are seeing it all blow up in their face. And I would argue though, that, well, let me not even make the argument, because I'll tell you my other side to this. But bottom line is, the overall premise of putting women in general on a pedestal, in the sense that that pedestal is higher than you, I can agree with. Because here's the thing, no one other than God should be put above you, all right? Period. And when you start to put a woman above you, you will lose yourself as a man. It will work against you. I don't disagree with that one bit. Because it's very difficult to now have the standards, have the confidence, have the masculine energy necessary when you are essentially worshiping the ground she walks on, all right? But there's a caveat to that. And so understand this. This not putting women on a pedestal is cool in a general sense. But here's where it starts to get tricky. Now, some guys may disagree and say, it doesn't matter if it's women in general or the woman that you truly love. And I say, no, this is where there's a problem. When you meet the woman that you do love, all right, that you do genuinely see as maybe your future wife, the potential is there. The problem isn't putting her on a pedestal. The problem is when you leave her on the pedestal no matter what she does. All right, so follow what I'm saying here. What has gotten a lot of men in trouble is they meet this woman, they fall for her, and again, they quote unquote put her on this pedestal, right? And when she now, let's say, acts out in a way that's disrespectful or acts out in a way that's unhealthy, he finds himself trying to accommodate her still, making excuses for her, not holding her accountable for her actions, all right? So now she begins to develop this perception that I can do whatever I want. He's not going anywhere, all right? So I get to have this pedestal, and there are no...
Oh, Steven speaks. Let me just say this. Even your wife shouldn't be put on a pedestal. You should respect her. You should love her. You should support her. Right? You should protect her. But she should not be put on a pedestal. Listen, I'm guilty. I done put people on a pedestal that did not deserve to be on a footstool. Do you hear me? I'm guilty. I'm not going to come in here and front like I got it all together. Trial and error. I done put people on a pedestal and got turned into a straight yatch. You understand me? I got yatchified. I surely did. Never again shall I do that. You know why? Because it comes back to that old adage. You put your pants on one leg at a time, just like me. You got to go to the restroom and squeeze off a loaf of cheese, just like me. You got childhood trauma, just like me. You got unhealed wounds, just like me. There's no way I'm going to put you on a pedestal when I see you ignoring the work you're supposed to be doing. If you come through acting like, oh, you came from a great family and ain't nothing wrong with y'all. If you come through and you lack accountability with the mess you bring into this relationship, your poor communication skills, your inability to say you're sorry for what you did actually. Listen, you come in here with this mess, there's no way you're supposed to be put on a pedestal. Only perfect people belong on a pedestal. And far as I know, I have yet to meet a perfect person. Go ahead, Andy. What was your thought?
You know me, I feel like I just got to push back just a little bit, right? Because I feel like, words, it's like all semantics, right?
Some of it, yeah.
Some of it, right? Because taking a positive spin on it, me being in a relationship, I feel like I have to put my woman on a pedestal, right? To show her my love. But of course, there's caveats to everything, right? And I think everything that you just broke down, that's when, I start to maybe bring her down a notch. But like, I still put her in a pedestal in a way because it's just a way that I show my love. But I don't go too crazy. I feel like I guess there's a spectrum.
Wait, stay with me, Andy, because you on to something great. Maybe the word pedestal isn't the right word.
Yeah.
What you do, and this is what men should do, and I haven't always done it, but this is what we should do. Instead of putting them on a pedestal, we should create distinction.
Absolutely.
You, my lady, the one I love, are distinguished from other women.
Facts.
So I agree with creating an air of distinction. I don't do this with anybody. I do this with you. Only my woman can be a part of this decision-making process. Only my woman can be a part of this household. See what I'm saying? I think it's about distinction and not pedestalization. When we start putting them on a pedestal, just like Stephen Speaks said, we create a boundary where we blowing smoke up something. Where they get to think, hey, I'm above and beyond reproach. No, you not. Not as long as you still mad at your daddy. Not as long as you ain't forgave him. Not as long as you and your mama still on the outs. Huh? You got forgiveness work to do within your own family. I'm seeing you stonewall your family. I'm seeing you withdraw love from your family. That is a style for dealing with conflict. You think when we get on the outs, you're not going to employ the same maladaptive conflict management styles on me? I see how you treat your baby daddy. Ooh, Lord. And he might be terrible, but a good mother recognizes if that man want to be in his child's life, that man wants to pour in his child positively, you take your personal feelings about that dang failed relationship out of it, and you give him the opportunity to be daddy. Why is that important? You got 46 chromosomes. 23 are the library of mama, the genetic library of mama. The other 23 are the genetic library of daddy. And guess what? He needs to read those books just like he needs to read yours. Oh, here we go tonight. Whips, works in progress, don't belong on pedestals. What are your thoughts? Get to your phone lines, 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, I'm going to Oakland, California.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Hey Californians, are you ready to make your home ownership dreams come true? The California Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan Program might be for you. First-generation homebuyers can get down payment and closing cost assistance along with a first mortgage to help you unlock the door of your new home. Applications open in April, so talk to an approved lender to see if you're eligible. Find out more at calhfa.ca.gov/dream or call 877-922-5432. A message from the California Housing Finance Agency.
Don't shave with that, son. You'll get razor bumps.
Nah, Pops. I'm good with Gillette's Skin Guard. How long you been growing that beard anyway? You know Mama hates it.
Yeah, had it since my last wet shave in 77. Got ingrown so bad, looked like I was growing a patch of new noses.
That's why I use the Gillette Skin Guard razor, face scrub, shave gel, and moisturize, so I don't have to worry about new razor bumps or shaving irritation.
Gillette Skin Guard, huh? Your mama's gonna love this one.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win. Sometimes we try to fit it all in. Sometimes we don't know what's in store. Sometimes we find what we're looking for. Sometimes we're rolling easy and free. Sometimes 1 and 1 makes 3. So much to love along this ride. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. By any other name, we demand environmental justice in 2024 and beyond. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we don't black down. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Was it all my fault? Maybe one day I'll grow. Not fixing what broke us. Instead, I'm in this ride and I barely know. But she already knows what it is. I'm not looking for the one later, but for now I'm having fun. I'm done cause I always get hurt. Won't be here for long. Baby, you can hit me if you want, but now I gotta put myself first. We can kiss, we can touch and do it often. But if you're here looking for love, that's when you lost me. Yeah. We can kiss, we can touch and do it often. But if you're here looking for love, that's when you lost me. Yeah. I spent all alone. Won't be here for long. Put your number in my phone, but don't save it. Visit once or twice and then you made assumption, thinking it was more. Now you understanding that it all meant nothing to me. I'm not looking for the one later, but for now I'm having fun.
Okay, so this primarily goes most for, well, it can really apply to different attachment styles in different ways. Like anxious will feel this way because they're often denying themselves of their needs, not speaking about what they want in case they get abandoned. Fearful avoidants are often overgiving and under receiving because they feel like they're not worthy or not deserving, or they're afraid of feeling like a burden or weak for relying on other people. Dismissive avoidants are absolutely afraid of feeling weak for relying on other people. And they often will feel criticized because they're not using their words to explain where they're coming from, what's going on. They'll try a little bit, but they feel defeated, using emotional literacy quite quickly. And they don't have a lot of good modeling there. So when they feel criticized, they tend to really feel undervalued and withdraw. So it can really apply to different people, different attachment styles in different ways. But I want to just share these underlying reasons and how you can start changing some of these things. So number one, you may be in a position where you are feeling like, okay, I am not getting a need met. And then you give meaning to that need not being met. So you go, okay, I am not getting this need met, and it's because the person doesn't care about me. It's because if they cared about me more or they valued me more, they would make an effort to meet the need. When usually, if you see the needs through, or if you express the needs more clearly, the needs would be met. And it's usually going in that direction. If you want to do a deep dive with scripts, with really specific examples in depth, the advanced needs course inside the personal development school takes you through that step-by-step in detail, from identifying to expressing to seeing your needs through to receiving, all those different things.
Man, stop putting people on a pedestal that are doing their work and yours. See, sometimes we put the person on the pedestal that not only walks their walk, but walks into our walk. You see, many times people are looking for somebody that's going to do their work for them. See, you got to do your work. How many times have you seen somebody coddle somebody? Coddle them. We've seen parents coddle children. But there's also this coddleization going on in intimate relationships. Right? Oh, you ain't got to worry about that. Toxic positivity. Do you know positivity and being nice is a survival strategy? It was the great Richard Pryor who said when he went to jail, he had to tell jokes to keep him up off of it. A lot of nice people aren't really nice. It's a strategy. It's a strategy for narcissists to pull people in. That's why they fake intimacy. They fake empathy. They fake compassion. Everything's performative, right? So you get a partner that says, no, don't worry about your struggle. I'll put you on my shoulder and I'll walk you through your struggle. No, that person is trying to secure you. You're some type of supply for them too. Narcissists aren't the only people that are in it for supply. Some people need attention. Some people need validation. Some people need approval. Some people need to feel like they matter. Huh? So you getting your needs met. Sometimes getting your needs met are more about what you do for yourself than what others can do for you. Why? Happiness, inside job. Why? Self-approval, inside job. Why? Self-acknowledgement, inside job. All of these things are self-forgiveness, inside job. Self-satisfaction, inside job. Knowledge of self, inside job. Can't nobody define you quite like you. So nobody deserves the keys to your kingdom by you putting them on a pedestal. We play so many reindeer games with ourselves in these relationships, and that's why people take advantage of us. Men, your wallet does not define your worth or your wealth or your meaning. But this society says it does. And because we live in this society, we have turned women into objects that we can own. Because I pay for everything, you have to capitulate to my program. Even if the program is shoddy. When I come forward, I promise this time I'm going to the phones.
Ever since you let me go,
no matter how good you think somebody.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Richmond, Virginia's mayor is